Margaret Runbeck once said, "Happiness is not a state to arrive at, but a manner of traveling." This next extraordinary young lady has certainly done more than her fair share of traveling. She traveled into her kindergarten classroom, where this whole Janna confusion and our friendship started. She traveled to the emergency room several times for arm injuries occurring from either chasing kittens or playing a game of Scrabble. As she continued through school, her ventures became more numerous. From basketball to class officer or FFA to track, she braved to try it at all. And after a whirlwind year of traveling across every part of the state of Indiana, her journey has brought her here today.
Next person we're going to have giving the retiring address is not only known as your as a state FFA officer that drives a truck and only a truck, but she might be passionate about John Deere, but she's even more passionate about life in general. She's a very kind person with a hard work ethic. She is my sister.
She's one of my best friends, and she's your 2010-2011 Indiana State FFA Treasurer, Janna Oxford.
Ain't no cloud up in my sky. I couldn't worry if
Mom, do you know where my basketball shoes are?
Janna, you're going to have to make a decision.
Mom, what are you talking about?
You have become so involved in sports and FFA. There is no way you can keep up with everything. You need to make a decision. It's either sports or FFA.
What do you mean I have to make a decision? I can't make a decision. I have enough trouble as it is. I mean, what's she talking about anyway? I only have basketball, volleyball, soccer, track, cross-country, softball, dance lessons, and everything FFA. Maybe Mom's right. Okay, well, my friends are in sports, but they don't really do the whole FFA thing. I really like games, but I really, really love livestock judging. Okay, I'm gonna choose FFA. In life, we have 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it your all. I remember a time when I gave up. That 7th grade year when my mom told me that I had to make a decision, I gave up sports. I didn't even get to play my favorite sport, but I loved basketball. The game, the teams, the plays, those buzzer beater moments, cutting down the net, and even scoring those 3-pointers. But I just didn't have the time to juggle sports and FFA. Besides, I wasn't getting my playing time in basketball, and my best friend Janna and I thought that the only reason we were wanted at practice were to be the defense dummies for the star players. I just couldn't juggle that. I decided that after coming home, after every single game and practice upset every night, that I was not going to try out the next year. In fact, I gave up all of my sports. Whoa, wait a minute. I just gave up all of my sports. Me, the sports fanatic. Today, I live with a lot of regret about not playing sports. I wish that I could have played sports and have done FFA. Sometimes we give up. If we give up, we have to learn from it and continue on our way. But don't ever give up something we love, like sports. Don't give up. There was a time when I gave in too. July 2008, one weekend there, it was the Putnam County Fair. It was typical for our family. Mom was checking in community building projects. My brother and I were unloading the pigs and sheep, and my dad could be found somewhere on the fairgrounds for an emergency fair board meeting. This was typical for our family, and if you needed to find us at any of those 9 days of the Putnam County Fair, we could be found somewhere on those fairgrounds. But that next year, in 2009, County Fair was different. My dad had a heart attack. This meant that my family was going to be spending their time at the hospital and not with me by my side for my 10th and final year in 4-H. 1 month later, I started college right here at Purdue University as a lost little freshman. Not to mention that my mamaw, who I was named after and soon became known as her mini-me, was battling cancer, and 6 months later, soon passed away from it. I gave in to my emotions. I did not want any of this happening. I gave in. I gave in to the pressure that these all put on me. Talk about being overwhelmed. I didn't want to be at college. My dad was having a quadruple bypass, open heart surgery, and in 3 days, I was supposed to be leaving for a national livestock judging trip with my livestock team to Maryland. Besides that word cancer, I didn't even want to hear it. I just wanted to sit down, press the rewind button on my life, and act like nothing had happened. No college, no heart attack, and no cancer. I gave in. I gave in to my emotions and let them overtake me. I forgot all about the blessings in my life and let my emotions outweigh them. Don't give in. I had to remember the memories that I had with my mamaw, make my time here at Purdue the best by getting involved in the College of Ag, and realize that my dad's surgery was just fine, and be thankful that I still have him around today. Remember the blessings. Don't give in. Our last option that we have is to give it our all. Now, state convention my senior year was going great. I was 3rd in prepared public speaking, 2nd in leadership ambassador, 3rd in parliamentary procedures, and 3rd in my ag sales entrepreneurship proficiency. I was even named state star in agribusiness. What more could I want? There was one thing. But that one thing that I wanted most, my dream, my passion, my future, I didn't get. State office. That's right, I ran for state office that year and didn't get it. I felt like a failure. Talk about going from one of the highest moments in your life to one of the lowest moments in your life in the same night. I felt like my future and my passion were gone. I thought I had given it my all. That night when I wasn't elected, a member and friend of the Western Boone FFA chapter came up to me. He asked me if I was running again for state office the next year. Without thinking, I immediately said yes. The same night that I was not elected to state officer, I had already agreed to running for the next year. But that made me realize that I had more to give. I was not ready to give up this blue jacket, and I was not ready to give in to defeat. I came back and gave it my all. Give it your all. We have to put everything that we have into everything that we do. You never know just how perfect something can turn out to be when we give it our all, just like being a state officer. Give it your all. 3 choices. We have 3 choices in life. I may have given up and lived with the regrets of not playing sports. I may have given in and let my emotions overtake me with my dad, my mamaw, and school. But I did give it my all. That summer, when my mom told me that I had to make a decision, I looked at my mom and told her that I didn't see myself on the cover of a Sports Illustrated magazine, but I could see myself on the cover of the FFA magazine one day. I gave up and I gave in, but I did give it my all. FFA members, supporters, and guests, I made my decision. Now it's time to make yours. Are you going to give up? Are you going to give in? Or are you going to give it your all?
Ain't no cloud up in my sky. I couldn't worry if I tried. I got no.
Janna Oxford, You are a prime example of never giving up. You are a role model to so many people in the Blue Jackets and beyond. Though it didn't necessarily work out originally the way you wanted it to, we are so happy that you waited for your team. Impacted by your potential and infinitely thankful, love Nellie, Kelly, Dawson, Micah, Gad, and Megan. It is my honor to present to you your retiring officer gavel. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2010-2011 State Treasurer, Janna Oxford.